Hello Army! Welcome back to our channel. If this is your first time watching, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the latest updates about BTS and Jimin. Today we're going to discuss news that is absolutely mind-blowing and will make you even more impatient for the BTS 2026 comeback. Get ready, because the information we're about to discuss is truly bombastic. So here's the deal, guys. Recently, news has been circulating from industry insiders that has ARMY Worldwide going crazy. One of the top-tier producers currently working with BTS on their 2026 comeback album made a statement that we rarely hear. This producer, whose name unfortunately cannot be officially disclosed yet, called Park Jimin a genius in the recording studio. Yes, you heard that right, a genius. This isn't just ordinary praise, guys, because this statement comes from a professional who has worked with various major artists worldwide. And what's even more interesting, this producer predicts that the BTS 2026 album will break various global music industry records. Insane, right? Let's break down all this information. First of all, we need to understand why this statement is so significant. You know, the Western music industry is extremely competitive, and producers who have decades of experience don't just hand out praise randomly. They've worked with thousands of artists, from beginners to global superstar level. So to call someone a genius means that person has something truly extraordinary and different from others. And Jimin, our beloved vocalist, apparently has abilities that left these producers in awe. According to leaks from sources close to the album's production process, Jimin doesn't just show up at the studio, record vocals, and go home. Oh no, guys! Jimin spends hours, even until dawn, in the recording studio. Imagine, this kind of dedication is what makes these producers respect him so much. There was even a studio staff member who leaked that Jimin often re-records his vocals up to 50 times just to ensure every note that comes out is perfect according to the vision he wants to convey. 50 times, guys! That's not a joke, that's perfectionism at God level. But wait, what makes Jimin called a genius isn't just about work ethic or perfectionism alone. According to circulating information, Jimin has extraordinary musical abilities. He can grasp a producer's vision very quickly, sometimes only needing a few takes to get the desired result. Imagine if you were a producer, you have a certain music concept in your head, and then there's a vocalist who immediately understands and can execute it perfectly without needing much direction. That's Jimin, guys! And what's even more amazing, Jimin doesn't just execute, but he also provides creative input that sometimes makes producers have to revise their music arrangements because Jimin's ideas turn out to be better than their original concepts. This isn't just about being a good singer anymore, but about being a visionary artist and an active co-creator in the creative process. What's particularly fascinating about Jimin's approach in the studio is his emotional intelligence when it comes to music. According to another source who has witnessed the recording sessions, Jimin has this unique ability to understand the emotional core of a song instantly. He doesn't just sing the notes, he embodies the feeling and translates it into his vocal delivery in a way that gives listeners goosebumps. This is something that cannot be taught in any music school or vocal academy. It's a natural gift combined with years of experience and genuine passion for the craft. The producer mentioned that working with Jimin feels less like directing an artist and more like collaborating with a fellow creative mind who understands the nuances of music production at a very deep level. Another aspect that sets Jimin apart is his attention to detail. He's known for analyzing every aspect of a track, from the layering of harmonies to the subtle ad-libs that add texture to the final product. Sources say that Jimin often experiments with different vocal techniques during recording sessions, trying various approaches until he finds the one that perfectly captures the emotion and message of the song. This level of artistic involvement is what truly defines a genius, someone who doesn't settle for good enough but constantly pushes for excellence and innovation. Now let's talk about the prediction that the BTS 2026 album will break records. Guys, this expectation doesn't come from nowhere. There are several strong factors supporting this prediction. First, this is BTS's first comeback as a complete group after almost 4 years of hiatus due to military service. 4 years, guys! Just imagine, for 4 years ARMY Worldwide held back their longing, continued supporting members individually, and now they're all going to reunite. The longing that has accumulated over the years will definitely explode in the form of streaming, album sales, music video views, and various other success metrics. Second, Jimin's track record as a soloist has already proven his commercial and artistic potential. Jimin's first solo album, Face, released in March 2023, immediately debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, and its lead single, Like Crazy, became the first K-pop solo song to reach number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. This is history, guys. And his second solo album, Muse, with lead single Who, was equally successful. Who stayed on various global charts for dozens of weeks, and as of December 2025, Jimin still dominates Spotify Korea with unmatched records. Imagine if Jimin's abilities and popularity are combined with the chemistry of 7 BTS members that has been proven for over a decade. That's a formula for massive success, guys. Third, BTS is working with top-tier producers for this 2026 album. Although specific names haven't been officially revealed, various clues and leaks show that BTS is collaborating with producers who have worked on hits for Beyoncé, Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, and other major world artists. This shows BTS's serious ambition. They don't just want to come back, they want to dominate global music and compete head-to-head with mainstream Western pop artists. What makes it even more interesting? According to RM, in one of his Weverse live streams, the music is really good and Jimin's contribution to this album is very significant. RM even said that Jimin is the member who spends the most time in the studio with the producers. This shows that Jimin doesn't just play a role as a vocalist, but also as an active co-creator providing input on arrangements, production, and the overall album concept. With Jimin's involvement being this deep, it's no wonder the producer called him a genius, because Jimin is really all in the creative process. The synergy between Jimin and the production team seems to be at an all-time high. Industry insiders have mentioned that the creative chemistry in the studio is electric, with ideas flowing freely and everyone feeding off each other's energy. This collaborative spirit is exactly what creates groundbreaking music that resonates with audiences across different cultures and languages. When you have a team of talented individuals who respect each other's artistry and are willing to push boundaries together, magic happens. Now guys, we also have to appreciate the personal side of Jimin in this comeback journey. Although his career as a soloist is very successful and many fans are waiting for his third solo album, Jimin clearly stated that BTS is his top priority. On several occasions, Jimin said that BTS is the most important thing to him, and that's what he needs to focus on first. Solo activities will come later after BTS truly makes their comeback and ARMY gets what they've been waiting for. This statement shows Jimin's extraordinary loyalty and commitment to the group. In the K-pop industry that often sees group members choose solo paths after individual success, Jimin's choice to still place BTS as his top priority is something rare and worthy of our appreciation. And guys, Jimin is also honest about his feelings ahead of the comeback. He admitted there's fear and nervousness because it's been a long time since they performed together as a group. But you know what makes Jimin amazing? He said that fear actually becomes motivation to practice even harder. BTS is now practicing choreography every day in December 2025, preparing spectacular stage performances for their comeback and world tour. Jimin and Jungkook have even discussed image and concept for the comeback, showing how serious they are in this preparation. The vulnerability that Jimin shows when talking about his fears is actually one of the reasons why fans connect with him so deeply. He's not afraid to admit that even after all the success, all the achievements, and all the records broken, he still feels nervous about performing. This humanizes him and reminds us that behind the superstar persona, Jimin is still someone who cares deeply about delivering the best for his fans. This kind of authenticity is rare in the entertainment industry, and it's one of the many reasons why Jimin and BTS have such a devoted global fan base. Speaking of world tour, BTS has confirmed plans for a massive tour starting after the album release in spring 2026. This tour is planned to include around 65 shows worldwide, with more than 30 concerts in North America alone. Guys, this will be the biggest world tour in BTS history. Imagine 65 concerts. ARMY from various parts of the world will have the opportunity to see all 7 BTS members perform live again after so long. And with thorough preparation, plus the promised music quality from the new album, this tour is predicted to be one of the most successful tours in global pop music history. The scale of this world tour is unprecedented. Concert venues are already being booked in major cities across continents, and ticket demand is expected to break all previous records. Some industry analysts are predicting that this could become the highest-grossing tour by a K-pop group in history, potentially even competing with the biggest Western pop tours. The economic impact alone will be massive, not just for the music industry, but also for the tourism and hospitality sectors in cities where BTS will perform. What makes it even more exciting, Jimin and other members said they started everything from scratch after being discharged from military service. They couldn't prepare anything during military service, so once they reunited, they immediately dove into the creative process with high intensity. Jimin described their work atmosphere with the phrase, "We're on fire," which shows how enthusiastic they are to return. This kind of energy makes ARMY even more impatient, because we know when BTS is in their beast mode, the results are always extraordinary. The fact that they're starting from zero actually works in their favor. It means they're approaching this comeback with fresh eyes, renewed energy, and a hunger to prove themselves all over again. It's like they're debuting for the second time, but this time with all the experience, maturity, and musical knowledge they've accumulated over their incredible career. This combination of rookie enthusiasm and veteran expertise could result in their best work yet. Now let's discuss what expectations and records might be broken by this BTS 2026 album. First, album sales. BTS has an insane album sales track record, and with a comeback after 4 years of hiatus, this album is predicted to break first-week sales records, both in Korea and globally. Second, streaming numbers. With BTS's fanbase spread across the world and ARMY's proven streaming power, it's not impossible for their lead single to immediately dominate Spotify Global, Apple Music, and other streaming platforms. Third, chart performance. Considering the success of BTS members' solo projects, especially Jimin with Like Crazy and Who, expectations for the BTS group comeback to chart in the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 or even number 1 are very realistic. Fourth, music video views. BTS has several music videos with hundreds of millions, even billions of views. With this highly anticipated comeback, it's not impossible for their music video to break YouTube records for most viewed in 24 hours or fastest to reach certain milestones. And fifth, awards. BTS has already collected various prestigious awards, but with this predicted high-quality album plus the global impact they have, they potentially could win in major international award categories they might not have won before. Beyond these quantifiable metrics, there's also the cultural impact to consider. BTS has always been more than just a music group. They represent a movement, a bridge between cultures, and a voice for a generation. Their comeback in 2026 could potentially set new standards for what K-pop and global pop music can achieve, inspiring countless other artists and reshaping the industry landscape for years to come. Guys, the producer's statement calling Jimin a genius in the studio and the prediction that the BTS 2026 album will break records isn't just empty hype or wishful thinking from fans. This is an expectation built on a very strong foundation of track record, talent, real dedication, and the chemistry of 7 members that has been tested for over a decade. The combination of Jimin's musical genius, contributions from all members, collaboration with top world producers, and ARMY's longing that has accumulated over the years, all point to one conclusion that the BTS 2026 album has the potential to be a game changer in the global music industry. Now, as ARMY, what can we do? First, continue supporting BTS members in their individual activities while waiting for the group comeback. Second, prepare yourselves to stream, buy albums, and support wholeheartedly when the comeback arrives. And third, spread positivity and excitement without putting down other artists or fandoms, because BTS's success comes from quality music and a supportive fanbase, not from fan wars or negativity. Guys, we're at a very special moment in BTS and ARMY history. After years of waiting, finally all 7 members will reunite, and with preparation of this caliber, we know that something extraordinary is on its way to us. Jimin, with his musical genius, combined with the talents of the other 6 members, combined with world-class production, Everything is ready to give us an album that won't just break records, but also touch hearts and change the global music landscape. So guys, are you excited for the BTS 2026 comeback? What records do you think they'll break? And what are your expectations for this album? Write in the comments section. Don't forget to like this video if you're excited, subscribe if you haven't, and share with fellow ARMY so everyone knows how amazing BTS's comeback preparation is. Stay tuned for the next update, and see you in the next video. ARMY fighting, BTS fighting, Jimin fighting, Annyeong.